Okay, let's go with that. Let's go talk to Dylan first. Or who are we talking to first? I don't know. All this useless mods we don't need. Collectibles. Got a multimedia. Dylan Faden. Oh, okay. Here's listen to this one. Oh, I already saw it.
Dylan's a lost cause. I know I struggled to see this, but we contained him now. I wish I had sided with Marshall. Back when it was just one person. So many dead. I thought his youth was an asset. Just too much too soon. Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
It's like an artist or a writer or a musician when like they start off with a track or a painting or a work of writing. They work it, and then suddenly they discover some new idea or theme and like, oh, let's just abandon this for now and work on this new thing. So they're abandoning the ordinary site sector, but or area, but they're gonna work on the slide projector now in dimensional research. Now let's listen to the hotline call. We've got a hotline call. Let's see who it is. It's from the board. Dissent. Okay, so this is an interesting one because the board is like trying to let us know, hey, the former was rejected from us. We kicked him out. Don't listen to the former. He's bad. We're good. It just keeps trying to assure us, like, don't talk to the former. Don't reason with it. It's evil. Stay away from the former. We're the good guys. We're all cool here. The board really doesn't want you anywhere near the former, even though we just fought it again recently. Because it keeps attaching itself to altered items. Alright, that's that. Let's just see the mission update here. So, the mission's done. Now the new mission is search for the slide projector and dimensional research. Finish Tango. Jesse goes to the research sector to find dimensional research and slide projector. Okay. Well, first, let's go talk to Dylan. Because I like talking to Dylan. My car! Can't forget the car. And now the door's open here. So the only one locked still is oh, it disappeared. Didn't take you with us that far. The only area left in this area locked is the Sterling case. Oh great. Got enemies now. I don't want to go down there because there's a freaking astral spike as well. Alright, fine, I'll go down there. So everything's open except for that area. That area's not open yet. There's the ordinary door that's open, there's the dump that's open. Got 3 more ability points. Should we just upgrade the grip? I don't know. And then what else we got here? Shield strength. Okay, this is the one I want to get right here. Energy will recover while shield is active. That's a great one. It's a game changer right there. Alright, let's go back to Langston. As crazy as that sounds, let's go to Langston because Langston, I gotta return in those I gotta turn in the 2 alter item cases. Okay, this area is all cleared out for now. Except for that one room, the Sterling room. We'll get there soon, eventually. Now let's talk to Langston. Turn in our request.
The sudden stop hits theaters tonight. Can't believe I'm missing an Alex Casey movie for this.
Did you hear that? He said the sudden stop premieres tonight. I can't believe I'm missing the Alex Casey movie for this. So now there's an Alex Casey movie, The Sudden Stop. Isn't that the book that one of the books Alan Wake wrote? They made a movie out of it while he's been missing. How cool is that? And Langston's like, I can't believe I'm missing the movie that just came out in theaters with this whole lockdown. So now we know that Langston is a fan of Alan Wake's writing. If he wants to go see the Alex Casey movie, Max Payne, whatever you want to call it.
Every altered item on your list is now back in the Panopticon, safe and sound.
That's a load off my mind. Missing altered items don't exactly reflect well on me, you know. Did they give you any trouble?
The flamingo pulled me into the astral plane just like the fridge did. That same creature was there.
I was looking over the old activity reports, and multiple items have been displaying much more destructive behavior in the past few weeks. There's some connection there, I bet, but it's a bit above my pay grade.
Well, something to keep an eye on.
And if I have any more runaways, I'll know just who to call.
I guess this is my life now.
Okay, let's talk about some stuff here.
Have you ever seen an AWE?
Not out in the field. The AWEs are just altered items doing their thing. The Bureau goes in, locks everything down, and then they bring me back some clock or a gumball machine that made the town blind or something.
Just like an ordinary, with the slide projector. Do you know anything about an object of power called the slide projector?
Doesn't ring a bell, but Trench's chosen few never tell me anything. Not that I'm complaining. The inner circle works non-stop. I'm pretty sure Darling sleeps under his desk. No, thank you. I have a cat to feed.
I hope Langston's got a pet sitter. Do you often see people with abilities like mine?
We have some paranaturally inclined agents at the Bureau. Nothing as impressive as you, though. Of course, we did have your brother here. He got a special cell up top. Darling put his own people in charge. Like I couldn't be trusted. I couldn't even get into the room. In my own panopticon. I tell you, the way that Darling runs things, there ought to be an investigation. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Don't worry about it.
He doesn't like Darling.
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall's nice enough. A little too special ops for me. Solves everything with a bullet. Respect and ritual will placate altered items better than any gun.
How's that?
Some people believe altered items are conduits to extra-dimensional forces which require ritualistic worship to be appeased. It's just a theory I heard. I don't know much about it.
I feel like he's a few minutes away from a rant about elder gods and blood rites.
Could be true, though.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Okay, I think I turned that mission in. I got rewarded for it. I got that. Don't really need that. And then, what else? Yeah, so now I'm gonna go talk to Dylan before I begin my next,
Can we provide any assistance at this time, sir?
Only if you can reboot the cell door protocols without manually accessing them.
Sir, we are not capable of completing that task. Please assign us a different task.
Why are you talking like that? You know what? Never mind. I'll take care of it.
the hell, that was weird. Saw it all yellow for a second. I got 3 points from that mission. Hell yeah. Ah, so close to getting this one. One more point. Here we go.
Good luck out there.
Alright. Take a little break. We'll be right back after this one. Take a quick little break. Yeah? Let's talk to Dylan first.
Happiness comes, white burns, the yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, the inverted is made right. Leave your inside by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the web. You've always been a new you. You want this to be true. If you stand around me while you dream, you can almost hear it.
Maybe I'm just here to punish myself.
Any new dreams you'd like to share, Dylan?
I'm glad you asked, sister. This dream, like all dreams now, felt very real. Like reality. And reality now feels like a dream. Maybe it's all a dream. Maybe it's all real.
Dream where my brother endlessly tells me about his dreams.
I was in a dark place, and there was a dark man there. His name was Mr. Door, and he told me that there are many worlds, side by side, on top of each other, some inside of others. In one world, there was a writer who wrote a story about a cop. In another world, the cop was real. Door said he himself was in all of them at the same time, endlessly shifting between them. I asked him how I could reach these worlds. I wanted to bring the hiss there. But he didn't want to help me. He didn't like the idea. What did he know?
I'm not wild about the idea myself.
Through time, the thunderstorm distorts.
So that's a crazy one because he just dropped a possible scenario where he was like in the dark place and he was talking about Alan Wake, and he said a writer wrote about a cop, which is a Max Payne / Alex Casey, and then he said he also met a man named Mr. Door who was able to shift through different doors of reality. Could that be Martin Hatch from Quantum Break? He could jump through different times and realities all at once. And he asked Martin Hatch perhaps if he could bring the hiss to the to the dark place, and Martin Hatch was like didn't want to help him. So that's pretty crazy. That's a crazy dream he had. It's almost like he's had his dreams or other realities.
Comes, white burns, the yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, the inverted is made right. Leave your inside by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the web. You've always been a mirror. You want this to be true. If you stand around me while you dream, you always hear the words, but you forget. You are through time.
I think it's time to try the jukebox again. What should I use instead of it? What should be a good one? Should I work on the health? Or should I Save my powers. I need one more point for that one. I think I'll save it. I'll put on my jukebox outfit for this one. Like this outfit. See if I got all the guns I need. Got charge. Got shattered. Yeah, I think I'll be good this time. I'm a lot stronger now. Hopefully I get some good rolls.
Marshall didn't give me any orders before she left. Guess I'll just keep managing inventory.
Guess I'll keep you slacking off. Alright, hopefully I get a good roll here. Here we go. Let's get that expedition gear. We got 19 tokens. Come on, give me a good roll. Player weapon damage, split grip. Oh. That's a tough one. Nah, I want to abandon that one. Give me a better roll, man. Come on. I could try this one. I think this is a good one. I think this one kind of works in my favor. Obviously, I gotta put the mission thing on so I can see what I'm doing. Let me pop in those textures. And let me get in there. Let's do this. The accuracy part is gonna scare me, but if they have negative 85% damage, I think I'm okay with that. But I have negative 85 plus 150, so I think I have an advantage right now. Yeah, this is good. I think I gotta get a roller here. Oh shit! No, that wasn't good. Oh damn! That shotgun got me killed. Oh man, why did that shotgun hurt so much? That was no bueno. Hey? No. Whatever, let's just go. This is bad. Go around this time. Be smarter. There you go. There we go. Yeah, it really hurts you too. Ah! Can I still do this? I don't know. This next part's gonna be hard. Just can't get hit. Ooh, run, 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 run. Oh shit. Got two bodies with me, come on. Where y'all at? Oh come on, where are you? I got time for this. Seriously? Dude, what the heck is this guy at? It's the kind of shit that gets me screwed up. Oh. Freaking jerk. Die, bro! Come on. Why it took you 5 years to spawn? Come on, die! He's dead. Where's the next guy at? Not dead yet? Come on! Well, who's next? Who's next? yes, out of here. Woo. Okay, the next part depends on luck. I gotta get lucky that they're not anywhere near those explodey guys or big metal guys with the minigun. Gotta get real lucky in the next part. Come on, where is he? Oh, he's right here. Come on, hurry. Hurry. Oh shit. Hurry. Yes. Let's get out of here. Go. Where are you? Oh no. Come on, man. Come on. Hurry, they're coming! Where's the last one at? Where are you, pal? I hear you, where are you? This is bad, I'm out in the open. Oh, hurry! Yes, lucky! Let's go! Get out of the way! I got super lucky on that one. That was really lucky. This is it right here. This one I have to get semi-lucky on. This one could be hard too if I don't find all those boxes. Cubes, whatever you want to call them. I have to find them fast because it will get hard. There's one right off the bat. I see two. I see three. Okay. Let's throw that one. Go straight for the last one over here. It's super far away. Grab it. Hurry. Throw it in the hole. Throw in the hole. And throw that one in the hole. We're out of here. Woo! Oh. Screw all of you. Yes. I got plenty of time now to kill this freaking, what should we call it? Enemy now. I forgot the enemy type that it's called. I got plenty of time. I can do this. Just gotta be careful. Come on. Also, my shield does damage now, so that's cool. Oh, I killed her so fast. Hell yeah. I did it. I got the suit. And I got some rewards. Woohoo! Let's check it out. I got the gear, and I got a purple mod. Nice. And 2 reds. Okay, cool. See, I just needed to upgrade myself a little more to do it, and I did it. Now you can always come back and do it again. Of course, if you want more purple mods, you want to go for tier 3. But there's other ways to get purple mods, so we're fine. I just want the outfit. Now I have it. So now I'm gonna rock this outfit. Where is it? Expedition gear. Probably my favorites too. Just gotta put the display right. Load the textures. Any second now, textures. Come on, load it, man. There we go. I like this outfit. Very cool. It's got my name in the back with the mod I put on. Awesome. Oh yeah, what did I get? I got this. Ammo recovery on evade use. That's not that great. Got some new one. Health recovery on seized enemy and ammo recovery while taking weapon damage. Fine, not that great. This right here is good. Blast radius. Got 2 of them, so now this one's even bigger. It's now a bigger blast radius. Hell yeah. Delete this one. Projectile speed. It's fine. Guess that's about it for that. It was a good roll. I got tokens, 2 Jukebox tokens for that. Okay. Yeah, take off the mission overlay. There we go. Looking good. Okay, here we go.
Best of luck.
Best of luck to you too.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
So I just got a new mission. This is part of the DLC. There's 2 DLCs, and one of them is mixed into the campaign, while the other DLC is at the end after you beat the campaign. So this is the one mixed into the game. And I just got an echo. I got an echo from none other than the man himself. I picked up his echo on my hotline. And the man himself is Alan Wake. Let's hear what Alan Wake has to say to Jesse. Or at least not to Jesse herself, but let's hear what he's saying in his echo.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else, too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
Okay, boom, another a knowledge bomb right here. So basically, Jesse's picking up a transmission, echo, whatever you want, a distress call from a force known as Alan Wake. And he's pretty much calling for help because he's in the dark place. And he's describing how he's like talking in third person because he has to, because he's trying to write his manuscript for his return book. And he's writing down that he's basically saying that Jessie doesn't like that she's feeling persuaded to go investigate this force, but she's sensing that it's not hostile, either is Polaris. So Alan Wake knows about Jesse Faden. He knows about Polaris. He knows about the hiss, because he's saying that it's not threatening like the hiss. So he's pretty much, like I said, Alan Wake is influencing his own story into reality, so they're melding together as one. He's trying desperately to get out of the dark place, and now he's trying to call for help through Jesse. So he's grasping at straws here. So it's kind of crazy. It's like, in a sense, he's creating this bridge between them both through his manuscript. And he's telling her that she needs to go to this other sector of the oldest house called the investigation sector? Or she didn't even know that was an actual level on the floor. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. We're gonna take a deviation from the main mission and go to a dark place. Jesse, he also said she also senses. He also typed in the typewriter that Jesse also senses another presence besides Alan. Something else evil there. Not the hiss. Okay, so it says a dark place. Jesse receives a strange vision that mentions the investigation sector. She decides to look into the matter. She said she presses the elevator. So now he's writing the story and telling her to go to the elevator. How crazy is that? So now we got a new sector, the investigations. Let's go check it out. Actually, wait. Let's go see if Pope knows something about this first.
We'll watch the place while you're gone.
Sure. Dylan's already dreaming about Alan Wake, the dark place, and he's also dreaming about Quantum Break. Oh, look, maybe she does have something to say. Let's see.
Do you remember Mr. Tommasi, the head of communications? The hiss he was changed into showed up in containment, near the turntable.
I'll take care of it.
That thing's not getting away this time.
I've heard reports about his particular use of language and intonation when repeating the hiss babbling. The biological and behavioral distinctions between different hiss-corrupted individuals is truly fascinating. I wonder if I could categorize the data.
And she's already off on her own thing.
So, okay, that's different. Emily Pope just told Jesse about a lead that Tommasi came back. Remember, Tommasi was one of the main guys in a Trench's group. He got turned into a hiss, and he was part of the he was head of the communications department. He was the floaty guy that got away in the mailroom, went up the pipe. Well, now she's saying that he showed up in a different part of the sector of the building. So she wants him to go investigate it and take care of him once for all. So we'll take care of Tommasi after we go see what Alan Wake needs. And then yeah, because we already took out Salvador. Tommasi got away. Now we're gonna go get him too. Trench is dead. Darling's missing. Marshall went off on her own. So the whole crew is like all broken up.
I should
Or
get going.
dead.
Don't let me hold you up.
So that mission is, should be right here. Yeah. Mr. Tommasi. The his corrupted Tommasi has been sighted in the containment sector. Oh, now he's in the containment sector. But let's go do the Allen first. See you later. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Best of luck.
Best of luck to you as well. Let's go see what this Alan Wake wants. Yeah, that's not good. Very spooky. And see how nobody even told Jessia? They didn't say, oh yeah, go explore that sector. They didn't even tell her. Anything else up here? Not that I see.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not. Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Yeah, because usually their desks are like all spread out. These guys have all their desks right here, right in the freaking front door. Got a new asset. Only found in this area. Investigations. Okay, let's see what this says. Correspondence. Missing agents. 2017, Mr. Kirkland. Here are the last agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Corner, researcher Ezra Cruz, I don't know how to say that. Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, I don't know. Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist beyond the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Okay, so basically this guy's saying that all these agents are dead, so they gotta send a letter to their families, make up some bullshit story, and the only backup files they have of a lot of open cases are beyond the firebreak. Those bridges, the last line of defense for an altered item or object of power, and apparently something happened on the other side of the firebreak, so they can't even go there to get those physical documents. Okay, let's keep looking around. Power node right there, but there's no power here. Pick up this file, pick up that file. See what it says. Research records. Compiled by Tim Splatter, Special Agent, by order of William Kirkland, Head of Investigations. Okay, so now we know that Kirkland is head of this whole department. Okay, Officer Findings Report. Dr. Casper Darling's Intel Confidential. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigations DO845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Okay. Despite the accounts of Anonymous regarding inhumane treatment of a currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of the sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such contained there. One confirmed the code names to be, but all files pertaining to the name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were seemingly blocked from entering the research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by a lack of clarity on whether non-humane paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any changes against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into research. So basically, they're trying to file a complaint against Dr. Darling and his research team for coming down here and supposedly mistreating inhumanely somebody they have down here. And they're kind of like saying, is it even humane that this thing is a paranatural entity? Should it have rights to not be treated inhumanely if it's not human? So there's basically something down here that they've been keeping, and they're questioning Darling's methods. They're letting Mr. Kirkland know, because he's authorized to know this. Pretty interesting. So we seem to have some sort of like butting of heads here between the research head, Dr. Darling, and the investigations head, William Kirkland. It seems to be the same ongoing theme with this whole bureau. Like every different agent, every different head of team leader from each department seems to want to like one up the other or fight for budget, and even the little sectors in between each section of the investigation sector, the blah blah blah. Even their own departments have little feuds within those sectors of budget. So everybody's like fighting each other, questioning each other's methods. Everybody's just trying to one up each other, but they can't, say much about it because everything they have to do is confidential, and then like they have to go through all this paperwork just to get out their side of the story. So everybody's just like in a power archy, trying to fight for control of the building and how to run it and the money budget, and they all have to answer to Trench or the director. So Jesse's learning real fast how the whole operation is kind of like all screwed up. And some of their archives are not even digitally categorized. They still have physical copies of documents that need to be filed properly in their digital archives. So it's a mess from all different departments. That's why you have like the rangers and the officers who work the maintenance sector. They have their beef, like who protects the oldest house better. Then you got the outside rangers that go investigate the altered world events, and they take pride in their work and they think everybody else is beneath them. So like everybody thinks their job is more important than the other, pretty much. Let's check this file out now. To our dentist from D. Gleason, possible lead on the Wake case. Oh, this is Wake's case. Mr. Dennis, whatever. A request came to you recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. So basically there's like an agreement between the FBI and the Federal Bureau of Control, the FBC, like to share their findings on cases and stuff. But the FBC's playing coy with the FBI. They're like, oh yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry, sir. I made sure they didn't get, confidential, important information. All the information I'm giving them is half of it's redacted, so they can't even figure out what the hell's going on here. So obviously the FBC is above the FBI, as far as secrecy goes, and the FBI is just like fumble, like what the fuck is this bullshit? But apparently there's an FBI agent asking about the Alan Wake case. Let's keep reading. But I'm writing to let you know that we received the request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Whoa, sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of a fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. Dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into. But what's your opinion? Just give the word, and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. So this guy Gleason's like, hey man, this dude asking for all this Alan Wake information. His name is Alex Casey, the same name as the fictional character Alan Wake wrote. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Then he questions: is fiction coming true? Is the writer's fiction coming true? So is Alan Wake actually writing about Max Payne, Alex Casey in the real world? Is he like saying he actually exists now, and that's coming true? Like now, a real actual FBI agent named Alex Casey is being pulled into Alan Wake's story and reality now. Like, cause Alan Wake could only draw from his inspirations and his experiences in life. So now he's writing in Alex Casey into his story. Could that be what's actually happening now? Which is kind of crazy to think. And the agent's like, let me know. I'll put a tracker on this guy. See what the hell his deal is. If his name is Alex Casey. This just sounds too good to be true. Because the FBC doesn't understand the true power of Alan Wake. Remember, they're still looking for him. But now we got an actual FBC agent named Alex Casey looking for Alan. This is getting crazy. Jesse's probably read on this like, what the fuck is all this? Another research correspondence file. Mr. Dennis, so yes, there is an increase in altered world event cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more altered world events cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for the other departments after Kirtland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with this workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. So now we know Kirkland, the head of investigators, quit. The people are frustrated because their desks are all piled up on top of each other. This guy's the new guy running the show here is saying we don't have enough manpower to go out and investigate these fucking altered world events. And then he also mentioned Hartman. Something happened with Hartman at Bright Falls. So what's going on here? Dr. Hartman, Alan Wake? keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep looking around. Another file. A lot of files here. But the stories are just so juicy. What is this? Altered item. A Bureau tractor? Acquisition date 4/21/2019. Scene not required. Supplement materials. Miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William. Can't say his last name. Brock William, male Caucasian. Case summary: 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for the coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries head. A. Lacerations on left cheek. Blunt force injuries extremities. Dislocation of right knee. Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. External trauma, abdominal region. A complete effusion, I don't know how to say that word, of multiple organs, effusion, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestines, all missing from the scene. Conclusion: is my opinion that Mr. William death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of his organs is consistent with an animal attack. Okay, so now we have a case, a forensic case. Someone removed this person's all his organs. They try to blame it on a tractor. This guy's saying he's not buying it. So somebody just mutilated this person, and they're considering it an animal attack. Interesting. Got this file. Correspondence. Failure to control. Resignation letter. To whom it may concern. It was a great anger and regret that I tend my resignation of head of investigations of the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's well-being. I don't know. Our budget, who knows. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have all fallen deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame the switch situation on blank. I don't know who it is. Who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming parts of the investigation sector lost to the Lucent side. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. Has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. So now we know William Kirkland resigned because something fucking happened on the other side of that fire break, and they had to close the bridge, and the other agents got stuck in there dying, screaming for help. And there's something over there. And, he's blaming it on someone. My guess he's blaming it on Dr. Darling. Because Dr. Darling was bitching at him earlier about helping. The research department was supposed to help these guys contain the situation. And apparently they didn't do their job. So he's resigning. Now I know why he resigned. Interesting.
It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere.
So we're gonna follow this power line. Another file. Ah! See what it says. Correspondence. Keystone inspection, Mr. Kirkland. We stopped at Keystone on our way to the target Alterworld event. Like you asked, I'm sending my report directly to you to try to keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. I don't know what that means. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected. But I don't think that's the case. And an event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of Ordinary Case. But that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. It was an altered world event. It seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings of various buildings. 2 overlap circles, with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off, and maybe get comms guys working a cover story. Sincerely, Keenum. Okay, so this right here is a future game and that people have been speculating about. There was rumors of another game, but apparently it got canceled like a year or two ago, and nobody knows why, but people are still speculating they're gonna use this file, this file in a different way, maybe in another game or something. But it was supposed to be its own game. That door with the 2 circles, with the dot, that's supposed to be this game they're talking about. And apparently it got scrapped, but they could still use the story somehow in a different way. So this is interesting. So apparently something happened. Everybody disappeared in town just like Ordinary. They lost some agents. They don't know why. But all they could find were markings of those 2 circles and a dot. Pretty crazy. Just keep that in mind. It's like a future game. Maybe down the road, like 2030 or something. Who knows? Their file. Coffee pot decided to explode. The Burrow Tractor. Acquisition date 2019. Scene not required. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. A Frank Elk Tractor. Olive green. Dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalizing responses or growls. An unmanned locomotion. Considerably higher aggressive and dangerous. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William so-and-so, owner of the farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on the scene after an employee found a mutilated body of Mr. William, beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to the federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It was responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. William, his wife, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with her husband, earlier that night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is clearly unknown. So now you have an altered item, a crazy tractor on the loose, in this case, running around the woods. So we already got 3 different stories going on. We got the Alan Wake story going on. We got that disappearing town like Ordinary, and we got a killer tractor. And yeah. Let's see what this one is. Research and records. Patricia Lewis, Special Agent, by order of William Kirkland. Well, he's not head of investigation anymore, but let's see what he did before he left. The Prime Candidate Program. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigations P1 4 and 2 through 9 were launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation classified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic and has too many blanks here, were brought to the oldest house and placed under examination and testing with an aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases, and only one resulted in a traumatic of a parent-telling incline. I think they're talking about Dylan. He was out of all these prime candidates, only Dylan was the closest one, and he resulted in casualties, killing people. Not only is this the breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human something. The investigation team unequivocally something the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be probably shut down. So basically, they want to get rid of the Prime Program. They say it's not working. Dylan killed people. Nobody else has been as successful as he was anyways. It ain't working, and it goes against the Ash Act. Now, we have no idea what the Ash Act is, but maybe we'll find out later. But it's kind of true, though, because nobody has been successful in this Prime program for the next director. And then here just shows up Jesse and takes control. There's the power machine, so we could assume that it goes there. That was a pretty good grab.
There. Now that gate should open.
Okay, it's open now, but before we go, there's the fire break. Let's go to the sector head office. There's a file right here. Head investigations, William Kirkland. This is William Kirkland's office. Let's see what this file said. Cauldron Lake update. Okay, we got a Alan Wake update. To Chief Investigator Dennis. It's happening again. Third time this year. Something clearly has it out for our something. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House research station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigation agents. It's only a matter of time before this hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Okay, this paper right here is very important because it gives us some future game hints at locations and characters. So it's talking about this is Agent Estevez. They're reporting in, and they're saying that it's happening again. Third time this year. Raccoons are damaging our satellite monitoring station. Pretty much they have a monitoring station at Cauldron Lake, where they're monitoring activity there for next time the lake starts acting up again and doing crazy shit. And then he's also talking to Agent Estevez is all talking about like he's saying that there's recurring problems with the Lake House research station. So now we know there's also a Lake House research station at Cauldron Lake right now. And he's saying Estevez is saying that that they're having trouble communicating with that Lake House Station research. Like they're not talking to them. They seem to have gone dark, quiet. So they're wondering what the hell they're doing over there, and they're like saying like they want more communication between the departments. They're asking for help, and yeah. So apparently, Agent Estevez is at the scene at Cauldron Lake. And has to report back to the Bureau about Bright Falls every so often. And this was the report for, I guess, this month or whatever the hell. There you go. So they got agents all over that Bright Falls, and why does their monitoring system keep getting destroyed by raccoons? Or is it something else? Who knows? Another file. I promise you, the files get kind of thinner the more you go into the sector. So it's like they throw a heavy lot of files at you at once, but they're really good to read. I think they're very important to the lore. Compiled by, redacted by William Kirkland, head of investigations, director of investigations. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, blank was lodged into the of director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in witness in Dr. Trench, including aggressive when with the other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting the issue rather than proving it. Notable, between Dr. Trench and Dr. Darling have both witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around dimensional research. This is where I gotta go, wing, and the kept inside. So something's kept at dimensional research. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. The investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any, and his fitness to lead is not in question. So here it is. Mr. Kirkland wants fucking answers for his department going down and not being attended to and their needs. So he's questioning why the hell Director Trench is not ignoring them. And he's also sending the agents out there, and they're getting reports in the Bureau saying that Trench is like acting erratic and arguing with Dr. Darling about stuff. But at the end, these agents are coming back telling Mr. Kirkland that there's nothing to worry about. He's still, in his senses, and he's like still in control very much. Well, we know that's not true anymore because he ended up killing himself. Okay, this one says research and records, Agent Lisa Kundeman, external investigator by William Kirkland. The Rhea Underhill. Rhea Underhill's the doctor, the one studying the mold. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany? I can't say that word. Botany? I don't know. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist, stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to the para-criminal organization or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. The investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Okay, so now this Kirkland guy here wanted a full report on Dr. Underhill, and was questioning whether her motives were true to come back to the oldest house, and whether she was part of this criminal behavior. Oh, where does it say? She has no known connections to a paracriminal organization. So apparently there's paracriminal organizations out there working against the FBC. And they're saying that she didn't breach her contract from signing an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. So they're saying she's clean, squeaky clean, other than the fact that she's starting to they're having a romance between her and Dr. Darling. And maybe she just signed a paper about it. So they keep her professional. This William Kirkland guy's on everybody's ass. He's questioning all the departments. Which is a good thing. You want someone like that. He seems like a very honorable man. So far. So we got all that. Here's the final record. Okay, correspondence. Trench official warning. This is from Trench to Kirkland. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. That's true. The containment sector has the panopticon where they keep all these dangerous freaking altered items and objects of power and crazy specimens. That's the whole purpose of that whole sector. What was this guy thinking? They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain altered world event monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. Ooh, that's a burn. Because his staff goes out there and investigates stuff and monitors stuff. Their job is to monitor stuff after it's all cleared out. Just like they're monitoring Cauldron Lake right now. So now he just took another dab at him and saying, now, in fact, the containment sector also is monitoring shit better than your staff can. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations has gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures, plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are chosen to become my enemy, Kirkland. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to. Zachariah Trench, director of... Man, he's laying down the law. He's blaming him and Darling for Dylan's screw up of killing people in the training program, and he's blaming Kirkland for the failure of this specimen that's apparently running around here in the sector that they had to shut off. So he's like throwing bombs at both of them, calling them both idiots now. He's laying the law down. So now we know why Kirkland resigned and quit. He couldn't take this shit anymore. That space helmet is pretty cool. Well, let's keep going. Things has got juicy. That's why you like to read these files, because shit be getting juicy fast. Alright, let's finally go investigate what the hell's going on here. Place is pitch black, man. As I pick up another fucking research record. Specimen escape assessment. Official findings report incident A49, internal confidential. The purpose of the internal investigation X0397 is to examine the containment failure of the specimen S1 that resulted in the deaths of who knows how many agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Okay, so 3 days earlier everything was fine. Investigators suspect a human error to be the cause, yet no department has proved any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the research notes on the specimen from the internal network on the something of the Specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive something. Cross-referencing the data with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1. The air filters were changed, and 2. An hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice, could it be Alice Wake, entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the same altered world case, it is likely that Miss Wake's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the investigation is ongoing. So pretty much everything was fine and dandy with the specimen here, and then 2 things they noticed happened. One was the air filters were changed, so maybe the specimen was hearing further down into the air ducts, hearing all the different rooms. And then the second thing that happened during that day was Alice Wake showed up, and she went into the one of the office rooms regarding another unrelated case, and that made this specimen super aggressive and triggered it, and maybe that's what got it to escape and cause chaos and kill all these agents and have the whole department shut down. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's keep going. So we got a whole control point here.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Definitely. Okay, another file here. Research and records. Agent Tim Splatter, by order of Remy Demis, chief investigator. Yes, this is the Blessed organization. This group individual has operated outside the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill caution rarely seen in parent criminal groups. A review of the past case has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, and as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of an involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any person believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. So now we know there's a criminal. This could be a future game. Now we know there's a criminal group named the Blessed organization, and they go around gathering altered items and objects of power. So they know about these things, just as maybe not as much as the FBC, obviously, because they don't have the wealth, connections, and power and resources. But they seem to also know a bit about them, so they seem to be involved in a lot of incidents here. So now they're looking for this Blessed organization people. Interesting. Just everybody wants their hands on these altered world items. So this is normally what you see as a fire break. And look at that, it's all blocked off. They don't want nobody going near it. see. I think we're good now for that. Let's take the threshold. The light switch. 2.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Hippies.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Writing?
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here? And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
So, boom! Knowledge dump right there. Now we know who's in this door. It's Alan Wake. He's the spiral door. And, he was literally, asking for help. And he called Jesse here to this investigation sector. And then we ran into Thomas Zane. And Thomas Zane looks just like Alan Wake. That's the big shocker. This whole time we never knew what Thomas Zane looked like. We only knew Thomas Zane the diver / poet, but we never knew what he looked like. He also sounds different because now he's not voiced by James McCaffrey, aka Max Payne, aka Alex Casey. He's not voiced by him anymore. Now he's actually voiced by the physical actor that plays Alan Wake, Ikia Billy. I can never say his name right. Finnish actor. So now he's voiced by the actual Alan Wake physical actor. That's why he's got that Finnish accent. And he even said "kippies" because cheers whenever you take a drink. So the crazy part, and also Matthew Peretta, who's the physical actor of Dr. Darling, he actually voices Alan Wake. So it's like they're both talking to each other, And they both play the same role, the same character. One plays the physical side, one plays the voice side, which is kind of cool. But anyways, so Thomas Zane's talking to Alan and saying, "Oh, you've been writing again. This is perfect, my friend." Because Alan's trying to write himself out again. It's been 9 years he's been in there, and he's trying to write himself out. Now he's trying to write himself out through Jesse's story. And then he goes, "You look just like me." And he goes, I thought you were the poet." And he goes, "The diver." He goes, "No, I'm a filmmaker." So now it's confirmed that he actually is a filmmaker, and he was just playing a part. He was playing a part in Alan's first story, Alan Wake 1. He's actually a filmmaker, which makes sense because it collaborates with the reality, but it doesn't really make sense how Jesse also remembered him as a poet. But that part we haven't really figured that part out really to the fullest. But then he also mentioned Alan Wake's like, "Oh, have you seen my double?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's out there." He's talking about Scratch. And he goes, "You seen my double?" And he's like, "Yeah." And like Alan's pissed, like, "Why are you talking to my double?" And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll take care of him later." And Alan's like, "Screw you. Like, I don't trust you now." And Zane's like, "Come on, man. We gotta work together on this." And like, because remember, they're both stuck in the dark place. So now we have Alan Wake, Thomas Zane, and Scratch all look the same. And now Scratch is loose somewhere. That was the big shocker. And she felt all that through the door, which is the same spiral door that the FBC, when they came in there looking around the Oceanview Motel, they found a manuscript page underneath this door. And they grabbed it, and it's Alan. He's trying. Remember, I think he was an American Nightmare. He kind of says like he's trying to figure out that he can't just burst through the door of reality and get out of the dark place. He has to creak the door open a little bit, and that's his plan is to sneak out. So that's his literal metaphor for him trying to sneak his way out of the dark place, and that's his door. We also don't know what this door is for yet. I mean, we have an idea now what this door is for, the theories. And then this door is obviously the Black Pyramid. It's Control Part 1. That's where Control belongs. That's the oldest house. We don't know what this door leads to. The whiteboard did say the hiss are red. A pyramid facing upward, but this is not red. It's just clear. Maybe it is the hiss. Who knows? We don't know this door yet. And then this door, we just saw right now a document about it. 2 circles and a dot in the middle, and a whole town went missing, just like an ordinary. This was supposed to be a future game, but it got canceled, so we don't know what this door is going to represent next. And this door could lead to Martin Hatch, because Dylan told us a dream about Alan Wake and Martin Hatch from Quantum Break, how he could travel through many doors. And remember, during Quantum Break, what's his name? Paul Serene kept saying that he had these visions, these dreams with him and Jack Joyce. They were traveling through doors together, becoming shifters, burning through time. So maybe that's the shifter door. Who knows? For Quantum Break. So like all these doors represent a game. It's crazy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors. So it's like this could be Quantum Break. This is definitely Alan Wake's door, and this is definitely Control's door. But we don't know what these other 3 doors are yet. We think we know what this door is, but I'll reveal that later. Okay, let's keep going. So now she's in the Oceanview Motel. And it's all dark and creepy. It's nighttime too, which makes it even more eerie. There's a typewriter here. I don't remember if there was always a typewriter here. Look at that, man. It's just so creepy. Who knows what's outside this window? Okay, let's perform the ritual. Here we go. We turned on the vending machine, and all the doors are open now. I think all the doors are open. Very creepy. That door's not open. Turn off the TV. Turn off the cool music, unfortunately. Creepy cool music. Let's fix the vending machine. Is the ritual complete? No, not yet. What's missing here? What am I missing? Oh. It is complete. Okay, that was creepy. Take it. Oh. I like that. I like this. That's a bad omen right there. We got the key, so let's get out of here. It's got real creepy in this freaking Oceanview Motel.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. A resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Just got another echo from Alan from the hotline. Let's see what it says. Also, the mission, I think, updated. No, not yet. Okay, let's see. Talk to the hotline now. Hartman's final act.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Okay, knowledge jump, and they kind of like changed the story now. Because the last time we remember Emil Hartman was the darkness took him over in his office room and swallowed him up. We didn't see him after that. We did see him in the dark place, but that could be just Alan's head playing with him. But here it says that the FBC stormed after the events of Alan Wake and he disappeared. They stormed the Cauldron Lake Lounge, whatever the mental place, whatever the hell is his ward. They stormed it, took all his information, all his findings, all his like theories, his books, everything. And he escaped, I guess, pretty much, and he had no other choice. And he had to test it out for himself to see what this darkness was really about and the true power of the lake. So he jumped into the lake and became part of the Taken. But somehow they found him and captured him. So Dr. Emil Hartman was a Taken, and he's been here at the FBC ever since. And he's the one that got loose and attacked all the FBC agents, and they locked up the place. And we're guessing from that file record that it was because when Alice showed up, he sensed her presence, and he got all excited, pretty much. That's what caused them to break out. But then, since he broke out and he's roaming around, Alan's also describing that he was weak. He's been weak because he's been there for so long, and he's not close to the lake anymore, so his connection his power is weakened. And then he's kind of hinting at another entity crossed its path, and instead of going unnoticed, the Taken that is Hartman decided to cross with this other entity, and one could assume it's the Hiss. So is Emil now a Taken and a Hiss combined? We don't know. Pretty creepy. Also, it's just wild that Alan's fictions is coming true, his writing is coming true. It's blending into Jesse's story. So she got the key. Now we're gonna go back to the oldest house. So now we can cross over to the fire break and see what the hell's on the other side. There's Jesse right there. There it is. The walls have been lifted. I can get to the other side of the fire break and fully investigate the sector now. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back after this fire break. Here we go. Oh yeah, you could definitely tell they had to do this because whatever's on the other side of this fire break, they had to break the freaking bridge. just so it wouldn't get over here. That's wild. Then you have, look at that, you have a freaking astral spike over there dancing around that fire break. Okay, here we go. And it's smashed in, the whole wall smashed in, the door. So we can't get through here. Is there, oh, there's a fire break over there. There's a fire break right there. We can't get to those. That means we're gonna have to go to that one. And it seems this door is blocked. And this door is blocked as well. Oh. So that means we have to go down to the next one. Look at that. That guy got crushed. I got crushed last time too by this thing. That FBC agent, Ranger, whatever, got crushed, man. He was trying to escape. It all went to hell. There's no other one down there, so. Oh, this door's opening. Here we go. There's Ahti's mop and broom.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
Oh! This was just waiting for me. The crazy thing about this last update that screwed up the game textures, for some reason the two DLCs I don't think were affected. So they look perfect. Like nothing's wrong with them. I don't have to keep switching the textures back on and off. So that's a good thing. It just sucks that the main game is screwed up right now with the the texture mod not working. Okay. We're going through. Bathroom right here. Oh. There we go. Got something out the bathroom. Nothing. Oh, that's trippy.
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
These are illusions. Look at that. Got a new weapon mod. Oh, we got a new gun. That's right. Construct the charge. Oh, I need more of those little con cons confiscated motive? I can't pronounce it. I need 2 more of those to make the new gun mod. Interesting. Um, make the final grip. 15 fragment. See the grip now. Let's see. What can we put on the grip? Or its final form. Oh yeah, we got also that. That. We could put energy game with headshots. Just energy game with headshots. Let's just put this one on. Screw it. We don't need that one anyways. We'll find more of these two things in the investigation sector. We need to find more mold as well. Let's check out the safe room.
Are already in here.
Yeah, let's explore this area. We just saw that wall break. Secret area, got some point. There's a plant dead, that means we're gonna have to do some plant stuff. Talk to some plants. Okay, that's all sealed off. Let's go back and get, we got extra points, so let's get that last thing we need over here. We can get this one finally. Energy will recover while shield is active. That's perfect. Then we can also get this one too for 2 points. Then we can start working more on siege. Siege is really fun, especially when you can control the big enemies. those are the things we're looking for. File right here. All this seems to be a shift in the house. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hartman arrest. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna see what's going on here. Official arrest report. Case 74, Washington, 004. Offender's name, Hartman Emil. Victim's name, Wake, Alan Wake, Anderson, Tor Anderson, Odin, Lane Rudolph, Diesel, Wendy, Emerson, and Thomas. Those are all the people that died or went missing or were part of the whole story. Anderson's not dead, obviously. Emerson is the radio guy, right? I think it is. Wendy's the lady who worked at the freaking sheriff's station. I don't remember who Diesel is. Lane and Rudolph, I think those are guys that got killed during the house fight, the two friends. Anyways, let's keep going. Officer name, Dennis, Special Agent Remy. Charges, Code 4, kidnapping of an altered, oh yeah, those are, no. These are all the people from from Dr. Emil Hartman's lounge, his study thing. Wake, then there's the Anderson brothers, then there's, Wendy, I think she's the, old lady. And one of them, I think Rudolph or later is one of them is the painter. I think Emerson is the bodyguard. I think Thomas might be the video game. I forget their name. No, maybe Emerson is the video game guy. I forget their names, but it's the video game guy, the painter, the bodyguard, the clerk lady, the old lady. They're all there. All the patients are there. Those are the victims of Emil Hartman. Okay, now I understood it now. Now my brain's working. Officer's name, Dennis Special Agent Remy. He took the case. Charges, Code 4, kidnapping of altered individuals, 1 count. Code 8, sanctions against altered organizations, 1 count. Code 37, obstruction of Bureau investigation, 1 count. Code 74, breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts. What is that Ash Act? Oh, I forgot what the Ash Act is. Additional notes. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with the ongoing Altered World investigation, which is the Cauldron Lake investigation. So they seized the entire lounge. Offender's personnel effects have been sent to research for analysis. So they took all of Emil Hartman's personal belongings from the lounge and sent them here to the Bureau. After being cleared by the Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each except the Anderson brothers due to their senility and Wake possibly deceased. Okay, so all the people, all those patients, they all have an agent now watching over them, except for the Anderson brothers because they're too old, and of course Wake, they think he's dead. There you go. So we're learning more about Emil Hartman now. What the hell happened to him? This room, there's nothing really going on in here. Just more equations. Another record. Dead letters. Oh, this is for dead letters. Food gossip. Hello. My feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. This guy's feet are talking. Is he fucking crazy or something?
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
All this is getting shifted, so I can't even get to where I gotta go. That means I have to go around. Service tunnel.
This darkness is blocking the door, so now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
So now we're dealing with the darkness now. Quantum break. Not quantum break from Cauldron Lake. Janitor's office or something. Closet. So how do we deal with shadows and darkness? With light.
Light burns it away, huh?
Just like Alan Wake uses flashlight, now she's gonna have to start using the light to stop the darkness as well. Look at this guy, man. He got stripped of his bones. Something to strip his bones. Oh yes, I need to kill more mole people. Nobody in here. This might be a quest I think for later, so I won't screw with it. I already shot one of them by mistake. Come back here later. Let's keep going. Now let me see what's up here. That's as high as we can go. We go higher. Okay, let's keep going. Hey, my light broke. Hartman's talking. We could now make the surge. Let's do it. It's a new weapon gun. Okay, here we go. Surge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is the last gun we needed. Now we have all the guns. Yeah, Surge. Surge fires adhesive grenades that detonate when manually triggered or when their timer expires. It's like a detonation gun. So let's put something on there. Let's put a... Sure, we'll put this one on. Check out the Surge. Pretty cool. This is the other side.
Doesn't that feel better?
What, did I do something? Oh, I haven't done the challenge yet. Well, I did do the challenge. I've given light to the plants, but it's a challenge I'm not ready to do yet. I want to screw it up. There's another plant right here, his help. But yeah, this was the other side of the wall that I just came through. Let's keep going. We got Operations Center and Active Investigations.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
It's like Alan's writing, blending all this into existence with his writing. Let's listen to the hotline of Wake. The third thing.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're in new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
So there we go. Now we're telling that Hartman was corrupted by the dark presence, so he became a Taken. But then when the Hiss got inside this area, the Hiss joined forces with the dark place, and they all three melded together. So it's like a human, the Taken, and the Hiss combined into one thing. So now we're dealing with a whole new level of entity from two different thresholds. From the threshold of the Cauldron Lake and the threshold wherever the Hiss came from. From the from their world. So now it's like it's like this crazy freaking abomination, and now it senses Jessie in the area. So now it's like stalking her. They're about to do battle, which is crazy. So now I gotta fight Hartman, this new version of Hartman, and he's been twisted and mangled apparently to Wake's liking. Because Wake's, writing this all into existence and blending it into Jessie's story. Because remember, he's trying his best to make a story ring true so he could crack open that door just a little bit to escape the dark presence. So if that doesn't sound terrifying, I don't know. Wasn't there, no, I think it's downstairs. I was like, isn't there a bathroom here? I think it's downstairs. Power's out. Burn this up. There we go. Another power node. What do we need? Records. See if I can put this on the desk. No. How about like this? Nope, that doesn't help. How about like this? Oh, come on. Just trying to light up the room. Oh, whatever. Pick up this file. Got 2 files now. I gotta turn the switch on. Power it up. Okay, research and records. Compiled by Ezra Cruz, investigation researcher, by order of William Kirkland, head of investigations at the time. The Shadow. Examination of paranormal entities, the Shadow. Paranormal entity A0110, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive consisting of 3 known types. Type A, localized manifestations of sentient, capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting over its surroundings. B, shaded individuals, human bodies by the Shadow. These individuals become notable more aggressive but do seem to retain of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as whether their condition is reversible. See, unlike the Hiss right now, the Hiss can't be reversed, as we've seen. If they're far too gone, their minds are far too corrupted, they just implode. Type C, shade objects, similar to Type B, except these inanimate objects are solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals. See the Cauldron Lake case, whatever, which may imply a shared link to a something intelligence. The threat that these entities poses warrants immediate exploration of offense and defense measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional light sources, some internally powered to prepare for the eventuality of a cell breach or something. But basically, they're describing this thing as the Shadow and the darkness that we know as the darkness. They're describing it as the Shadow, the FBC, and they're saying that A, it localized manifestations of a sentient capable of applying organic material, which means like those barriers. Whenever I have to get through a gate or a door, and the darkness is blocking me with its blob, that's the Type A. Type B is the Taken, where it takes over their bodies and become the Taken, and they're trying to see if it's irreversible. And then Type C is where they wield weapons, like, they have those axes and hammers and blades, and they throw them at me. They could also turn into, like, trucks, haunted trucks, and like tractors and all that stuff. That's Type C, pretty much. And they're just talking about how they're preparing in case something, how dangerous this shadow is or darkness is. They're preparing the whole bureau in this sector. They're making sure this whole entire sector has extra powered lights everywhere. That's why you see those little lights I'm carrying with me. Okay, case files. Altered World event date 2015, Bloomington, Illinois. Okay, now we have another Altered World event. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries were suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as a... I don't know, we don't know it yet, the name of them. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered within a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the Altered World event was spontaneous or was the direct result of sabotage. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time of the intel gathered, suggested at an event of this caliber was intimate in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on the site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find the emergency process underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car with that expected altered state when entered. The individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies. Okay, so here we're dealing with another case. This was also, I think a lot of fans think this is a possible future game where it's a criminal group who take objects of power and altered items, and they're gathering them and they're testing them out on the public. And one of them was they tested it out on this train and caused a derailment and killed 62 people. And the group fled away and got away by the time the FBC agents showed up. But they left behind traces of equipment they used, and one of the train cars was perfectly intact, maybe to the fact that it was linked to the altered item, possibly the Altered World event. So it's like they're trying to create Altered World events, or they know where Altered World events are going to take place. This group either knows where Altered World events are going to take place, so they show up there to either try to stop them or cause them, or who knows? We don't know what this group is and what their plans are, but this is a possible future game. It might be connected to the other case with the town went missing, like all the town went missing, and the bloody tractor, and the door with the two circles and the little dot in the middle. This all might be one future game that got canceled that could be put into a different game now or something. We don't know. A lot of fans have theories on this one. So let's keep going. Here's a audio recording.
My understanding of the
Multimedia, Dr. Hartman's notes, The Darkness. FBC recordings.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With weight now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
So this is a tape recording during Alan Wake 1. We find out that he was just contemplating about the darkness and how it works and how eventually the darkness and the humanity is going to have to face each other, two opposing forces. Then he describes the talent of Alan Wake, Rudolph. I think Rudolph Lane is the painter, the guy who paints pictures that come true as well. And then he talked about Thomas Zane, the poet, and he talked about the Anderson brothers. He said they all have this connection to the darkness, and maybe they're creating the darkness or helping it, evolve. So he's like trying to get it out of them. Because remember, he's been in this game for a long time. Like as far as like, the darkness, he's known about the darkness for a long time. He was an assistant to Thomas Zane, the poet. He was like trying to get him to write more. Like he's been interested or fascinated by that lake for a long time. And that was his tape recording when he captured Alan Wake in the lounge. And when Alan was asleep, he was waiting for Alan to wake up. So he's just like recording all this and talking about how he's gonna have to prepare more to get Alan to cooperate with him. So that's one of the tapes they found. They raided the whole place.
The darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. Knowledge then extends the reason that darkness would equate to ignorance by its very nature. But only should I think to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away.
Another recording right here.
Reminder.
FPC recordings. Biblical hours. Bible hours, my man.
Reminder. All employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention.
See, that's kind of fucked up on the FBC's part. That's their way of not overpaying their workers. If you're in a threshold like the mold, or the astral plane, or what's it called? What's the other threshold? Going blank now. Can't think right now. But if you're in those other thresholds, the quarry, time is different there, and when you're in there, they don't count as work hours. So you could be in there for like days, probably lost, and by the time you come back, you're not getting paid for any of those days. Or you could be working in there for like almost a day's work. By the time you come out, you're still on your own clock on the real world time. So all that time in there is not being counted as work hours. It's kind of screwed up, but that's how they get around illegal shit.
All employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective.
Same thing with the house shifting. When the house shifts and you get stuck inside of a room, it doesn't count as hours you spent working.
Reality through their art, that gives the darkness perhaps even created. With weight now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving well, perseverance is the foundation of speaking. I must be off on my rounds.
Oh great. That's a new enemy type right there. again right here? Keeps moving, dang it. Oh, I got him! Gotcha, now you're mine. Oh shit. Woo! Damn it. These guys are tough. Oh my gosh, I almost killed me with that one shotgun hit. Got them all, I think. Okay, cool, we did. Alright, that guy was under my control. He died afterwards. That was wild. Another recording right here. Got a file right here. Pemberton, New Jersey. These guys are watching the Pemberton, New Jersey case. These guys are watching the Langston, Michigan case. These guys are watching the Keystone case. Ordinary Maid, this is her case. They're watching it, still monitoring the area after all those years. New York's apparently there's a case here in New York. Sterling, oh yeah, the Sterling one. This is the one that could lead to a possible other game. Sterling, Colorado. That's the one where I gotta go to Tommasi. He came back using the Sterling area. I gotta go back to that eventually. This one is the Rocky Mountain, Virginia. And this one's Bright. No, that's not. Ballard, Utah. Where's Bright Falls? Bright Falls is right here. They're watching over Bright Falls as well. These are all the little cabinets. Okay, let's listen to this case file. Then we'll do the audio. Oh, there's two. Okay, it's the new enemy type. Compiled by Emily to Jesse. Field research of his entity, his corrupted ranger airborne. Now, these guys are hard to fight because they fly around. The rangers that fly. This subgroup of his corrupted rangers has manifested the ability to levitate similarly to the his elevated agents. However, their airborne his rangers display no telekinetic abilities and simply continue to use mundane bureau weaponry. That's a good thing. The evolution being so similar to the elevated possibly indicates that his can share permutations through a type of network or perhaps osmosis. However, the fact that this development in his rangers has only been observed in the investigation sector may indicate that their environment factor is responsible. They could be responding to an altered item or other paranatural element found only in the sector. Maybe it's the dark place. Who knows? The dark presence, whatever. Or perhaps this is a natural progression of the Hiss Ranger phenotype. Not enough time has passed to determine a conclusive trajectory of development for each of the Hiss manifestations, assuming any subject trajectory exists. So she's like ruling all these possibilities that anything could be possible. This could be the Hiss evolving over time. They just don't know yet because there hasn't been enough time to deal with the hiss and study them. This is all very new right now, happening in real time. Okay, now we're gonna do the interrogation complaint from Kirkland. So you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was effing hired to do, my job? Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or altered world events or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, and I've heard some effing stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they already know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the effing terminology. If you think pulling me off that case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train altered. See, they're making objects. They're turning them to altered items. They must have an object of power, and this object of power must be so powerful that they can turn other objects into altered items. So they're causing chaos everywhere. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension. See if that slows me down. Agent Hewitt. So this agent's pissed at Kirkland because he keeps saying altered items and objects of power and altered world events. He keeps using all those terms to the interrogation of this one guy they have, a cult leader or something, or this organization. Not a cult leader, like a cult member or organization they have. They have him here locked away somewhere here in the investigation sector, and they're like pissed that he can't like use the terminology that they know they already know, and he's even implying that maybe these guys know more than the FBC knows about altered items and altered world events, which is kind of crazy to think where they're getting their knowledge from, which is insane. This is a future game right here that I would love to play, but who knows, maybe they'll evolve into something else. Now here's the recording. Let's listen to the recording.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how, exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck, cooperate. Okay, there we go. All right. That was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway. I think I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time or I swear to God. What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
So this is a agent staying in the... I think he's staying in the Oceanview Motel. And he's like trying to plant all these devices, listening devices, recorders, and things to see who else goes to the Oceanview Oceanview Motel besides the FBC agents and crew. And he's discovering that all the equipment keeps getting damaged, and he can't figure out who's in the Oceanview Motel as well, because they can't open those other doors. So they want to know who the hell's coming through those other doors. And as he stayed in one of the rooms, he's hearing people outside or somebody outside.
Chicks inside the motel.
Pretty creepy.
Utilized surveillance methods are as follows: fiber optic cameras.
Okay, research and records. David Gleason, Special Investigator. By order of Remy Dennis, Chief Investigator. Black Market. Official findings report. Legal altar item market. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine, altered, and paranatural materials, was raided in the Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessfully attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogation revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but there seems to be a gathering information of altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern has threefold. A. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of the existence among a niche group of the general public. B. These criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in popular areas. C. The motives of these collectors are largely unknown. So now the FBC is learning that there's a whole underground black market of traders who have altered items in their possession, and they're trading them around and selling them to random people. And these random people are probably this group that they're hunting down. This group that keeps showing up in all these altered world event cases. And they're freaking out because they're discovering that more and more people are starting to learn about, the paranatural world. And they're also freaking out because they're worried that this organization, this group, or these black market sellers that keep moving around the country on a constant run are going to cause chaos if they don't know what they're dealing with these altered items. They could kill more people. And they don't know the motives of the black market people, and they don't know the motives of this group yet. So, they're really worried about this. This is a very high priority case they're on right now, trying to stop these people. So it's this is cool because it's like building up for a whole other game. Okay, this is all cleared out. Oh yeah, here's the map of all the active altered world events that they're studying. As you can see, there's Olympia, Salem, Boise, Cheyenne. Where's there's Washington D.C. has one on there.
Whoever they are, I think. Wait. There's something.
Wonder why Washington D.C. is highlighted red. Who knows? That's interesting. Maybe in a future game, that's where it's going to take place. Dylan did say that he had a dream that the president got taken over by the Hiss. Maybe that's where it's going to take place.
Darkness everywhere. Hey, is getting bad. The vents, they are full of mold shit. It's not good for you. Headache, nausea, old depression. How can you tell when you are not in? Helvetin home. Kysymyksen saatana päästä eroon. lads in here have died standing up. Lighten them up.
Ah, more plants. Alright, let's go make some new friends.
So I got 3 new little side quests from Ahti. He wants me to another find mess, burn the dark. Jesse helps Ahti by eliminating the darkness in various parts of the investigation sector. Okay. Then another one. Another find mess, clear the mold. Jesse helps Ahti by eradicating the mold growth in various parts of the investigation sector. And then shine the light on the plants. Another find mess. Nourish the plants. Jesse helps Ahti by giving the plants and investigation some much needed light. I got 3 more little side quests to go. Let's keep going with the dark presence. Dark place. I thought I picked this up. I just swear I picked that file up. Okay, this is next. NASA Cooperation Review. Interagency Cooperation Discussion. NASA. This is NASA. Following the NASA/FBC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in space-faring vessels. In return, all data gathering during space missions is made available for Bureau research to analysis. So now we know the FBC is working with NASA, and they've helped NASA. They've given some of the black rock material to help with their lining of their space shuttles, which is kind of crazy. And in return, whenever NASA finds data on space missions, they send their analysis to the Bureau. So that's cool if they're working together, which is crazy. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not equitably benefit the Bureau. Either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the cost acquired by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of maybe a satellite, far outweighs any spending related to the process and delivery of black rock. So it costs them way more money to get all this black rock mined out and ground it down to their liking and to transfer to their headquarters wherever NASA's stationed, I guess in Houston. It costs way more money for them to give them black rock than it is for NASA to launch their own little projects. NASA's launching projects and they're getting a bigger budget. So like the FBC is kind of losing out on money here. From its medium Earth orbit, I guess it's satellite will provide the Bureau with unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing altered world sites. A resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. So they're risking if they end a partnership, they risk not having that satellite that helps them scan and take pictures from the top of the planet of every altered world event. So that's the risk they lose if they cut ties with NASA. It's the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. So even though they're getting screwed out of their money, and they're giving more than the NASA's giving to them, they need that satellite in space to help them, along with any analysis they get from NASA. Hell, that drop pills. Drop like pills and peroxide or something. Gonna upgrade now for the surge, but I can't do it yet.
I don't feel right.
That's not good. They're gonna get some texture issues here.
Something in this darkness is draining me.
Let's make sure everything's good here. And the darkness don't look normal.
Shit. Now what?
Hartman was rich.
What is that?
Ugly darkness.
Come on, elevator, time to go. Fuck, fuck, fuck.
You don't like the light. You can use that.
That's Hartman. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, I couldn't get up there. And he hit me. I lost my powers. That was bad. I know what I gotta do.
Let's stay in the light.
Ow! Okay. There we go. Oh! He almost got me. Just throw it up there. Hide in the light. Always hide in the light. There we go. Got it. What's left? Oh. I'm stupid. Hang on. I gotta push the button.
Yeah, how do you like that?
So that's Hartman. You didn't know that's Hartman. As gross as he looks, that's become of Hartman. He's hiss and taken combined. This beautiful amalgamation of both. Now let's really explore this area. First things first. Got a file right here. Case file. Oh, we got a new altered item. The vending machine. Acquisition date 2017. Investigation sector processing underway. None known. Testing the investigation sector is currently ongoing. A vending machine is front covered in a fax wood panel, coin operated buttons for selecting food products. The item generates and stores a variety of material, both eligible and otherwise. In its rows of internal trays, initial testing suggests that the item reacts to a mind of the individual in its close proximity and will produce whatever the substance subconsciously desires. So if you're near it and you want something, desire something, it'll produce it for you. That's wild. Attempts to cause the item to create a living have constantly failed, so it can't create living creatures. Background: the item was discovered in a nursing home in Alberta after a residential named Muriel called a local news station about a magic vending machine. The news story reported that the nursing home staff was purposefully stocking the machine with distinct food and objects as a way to raise resident spirits. The Bureau response team encouraged this story while confiscating the item. Yeah, they tried to cover it up. But, oh yeah, it was just the workers putting random food in there to make the nursing home people happy. The old elderly folk. Okay, let's hear this one.
Okay, this room is...
Oh, we got a Langston file. Let's go. Langston multimedia. Langston interrogation.
Okay, this room is really intimidating and all, but I know my rights. It's not a crime to try and get a book signed.
Making unauthorized contact with a dangerous paranatural entity is indeed a Bureau offense, Mr. Langston, and can be prosecuted as such.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Listen, this is being blown way out of proportion. All that happened is I heard Dr. Hartman had been brought in, and since I'm a huge Alan Wake fan, I thought it'd be cool to get a copy of The Creator's Dilemma signed. That's a book that Hartman wrote about...
We know what it is.
Okay, good. So yeah, I was just looking to fill out my Wake collection. I certainly didn't know Hartman had turned into some kind of shadow zombie.
That's a completely inaccurate description.
Whatever, listen, I'm just a desk jockey. I sort papers, do data entry, that kind of stuff. Don't come down on me like this. I made one mistake. I mean, I see people break the rules all the time and no one is pulling them into dark rooms to yell at them. Yesterday, Dave Gleason and his crew were talking to that empty spacesuit and laughing their heads off.
We're letting you off with a warning, Mr. Langston. But this is going on your record, so one more screw-up and our next chat won't be so friendly.
Great. That is just great to hear, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, is there any chance I could get my copy of The Creator's Dilemma back?
Get out.
So this is before Langston was the head chief of the containment sector at the Panopticon. This was he was working his desk job. He heard that Hartman was being kept down here, so he wanted to get his creator's book dilemma that Hartman wrote signed by him. And then it turns out like he ran into him, I guess, or he wasn't supposed to know that Hartman had become a taken at that point. So he got yelled at for that.
It's really intimidating and all, but I know my rights. It's not a crime to try to get a book signed.
Making unauthorized contact with a dangerous paranatural entity is indeed a Bureau offense, Mr. Langston, and can be as such.
Also remember that Langston is a fan of Alan Wake because we also heard him say earlier that he's excited that he's missing out on... Well, he's not excited. He's bummed that because of the lockdown, he's missing out on an Alex Casey movie that's going on right now in theaters that just opened. So he's like pissed about he can't go to the premiere of that movie that just came out. So he's a big fan of Alan Wake. Just like everybody else seems to be a fan of Alan Wake's writing. A lot of these characters. Okay, let's listen to this record first. Oh, this is kind of tricky. There it goes. And it says, research and records, Oceanview Motel Observant Report. An excursion into the Oceanview Motel and Casino discovered a previous unseen door in the lobby hallway. The door featured a spiral-shaped marking designed door something. Similar to the other doors, it's locked and cannot be forced open. Alice Wake, a person of interest in the Bright Falls Alterworld event, referred to Alterworld event details case, and former wife of missing author Alan Wake, a suspected politician and something, contacted Agent Shaw and Dempsey of the investigation sector using the phone number given to her in 2010 in accordance with the civilian outreach protocols. Basically, they're saying that one of the doors, the spiral door, they just noticed it had a spiral on it, and Alan Wake's person of interest, Alice Wake, whatever, she called them. I think she called them. They gave her the phone number. I guess after they did her initial interview in 2010, the call resulted in Miss Wake being brought into the oldest house for an in-person interview. In 2017. The excursion into the Oceanview Motel occurred later that same day. Oh, okay, we get it now. Determining whether this was a basic synchronicity event, if Alice Wake is responsible for its appearance, or if the door itself relates to an altered event 35 Paramount, she should be returned to the oldest house, possibly even taken into the motel itself to confirm if any other changes occur. Okay, so here we go. So when they first found her outside the lake, they questioned her and gave her a phone number and all that. They gave them the phone number. They brought her in. They finally brought her in for questioning in 2017, like a proper questioning. And when she came into the oldest house for questioning in 2017, that same time there were some agents inside the Oceanview Motel hanging out, doing stuff, and one of the doors appeared, and it was a spiral on it, the same exact day she came in. So they're thinking she had something to do with that door. Also, that same day she came in for questioning is when Hartman started acting up. Like, it triggered him. In the dark, the taken Hartman started acting up. He sensed Alice nearby. That's how he broke out of his cage. So they're wondering, maybe they should bring in Alice Wake more and take her into the actual Oceanview Motel to see what else happens or triggers there. Is Alan Wake gonna sense her even stronger and try to like connect with her? Who knows? But that's their theory, that they should bring her back to the oldest house again, and this time take her to the actual threshold of the Oceanview Motel. That's crazy. So Alice has a strong connection to Alan still. Okay, Alice listen to this recording.
Brian Hennerman, 21 years.
Another interview case. These are more interrogations. Now we're gonna NPC's interrogating this Brian Hennerman guy.
Brian Hennerman, 21 years old, resident of Southern Texas.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I really don't understand why I'm here.
You know what you did, Mr. Hennerman.
I do?
Tell me about Delivery Disaster.
The movie? I mean, it wasn't very good.
That's not what your review said, but we'll come back to that. Tell me where you got the movie from.
Movie night with a K, not an N, not night like nighttime, but
Who contacted you? Who told you to review that film?
no one. I just did it because it looked obscure. I didn't even like the movie. I shouldn't have given such a high score, but reviewing obscure films makes you look smart, and I thought if I looked smart, I would get listeners. My podcast would take off, and I could move out of my parents' basement, and maybe even go to college and get a film degree like I've always wanted to. I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear.
Okay, the kid doesn't know shit. I'm ending the session.
So apparently there's a copy of a movie that could be possibly an altered item. And they're asking where the hell did he get it from and why did he review it? That's funny.
There's Old, resident of southern Texas.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but you don't understand why I'm here.
You know what you did.
So Hartman ran away into that air duct because the light was hurting him. Okay, got another record thing right here. Research and records. Remy Dennis, Chief Investigator. William Kirkland, Head Investigations. Hartman background. Dr. Hartman is an epidemic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in Bright Falls, Washington, obviously. Focused on treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any talent, abilities they may possess, with the aim of shaping the darkness, I guess, to his own benefit, which has earned him a Class 2 paracriminal designation. Oh, so he's a Class 2 paracriminal. That's funny. I wonder what the different classes are. Levels. Note, for more on the link between artists and their ability to, I guess, create reality through artistic mediums, see file so-and-so. Investigations have proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone. After being approached by the Bureau during the Alan Wake incident, I guess, investigation, he displayed no remorse, or maybe it was the Thomas Zane investigation, who knows. He displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated, and released months later, having been deemed negligible threat. His medical license has been permanently revoked. See, this is it conflicts stories. Like, he jumped into the lake, but then again, he got taken in by the FBC. They sent him on his way. He lost his license. Then did he jump into the lake after because he was depressed and had nothing else left on him? It changes the story that we last saw him in the first game where he got taken by the darkness. Same thing with Nightingale. I don't know why they changed it. I guess to fit the new story. We'll get to this right now. Another room over here. Make sure there's nothing here. More science equations. This. Ah, these are some new photos. Who these old dudes are. Who knows? There's this case file, whatever. Oh, this one's better. Collectibles, research and records. Night Springs screenplay, page 1. Okay, we're gonna learn about Night Springs a little bit more. Note, this screenplay was found after the Bureau acquired the Night Springs television series and all its past episodes and scripts. It appears to be written by Alan Wake as part of an application to become one of the show's writers. Okay, we're gonna read his old writings. Night Springs spec script. Episode Over the Threshold Darkly by Alan Wake. Who is talking about thresholds? You're writing thresholds. Is it only human nature to wish to control the forces around us, and even more so to possess them? But what happens when those forces are not ours to claim, or even of this world? What if they are things that you can discover in Night Springs? That right there is pretty shocking, because now it implies that Alan Wake had a sense of future things to come. He's talking about controlling works of art, which is crazy, and altering reality. This is way before he even went to Cauldron Lake and all that stuff. Okay, the next one. Is this a manifestation of Thomas Zane the poet writing all this down? Is he guiding Alan Wake into his journey into the dark place? Who knows? Because remember, these artists will try any way they can to get out of the dark place, so they'll write other people as victims for their own selfish need to get out. Unintentionally selfish need. Okay, so then goes Secret Lab Night. We are in a secret lab. The large sign on the wall reads, The Federal Bureau of Night Springs. Oh, this is even crazier. Scientist. I've told you several times, Director, it isn't ready. Director. It's ready when I say it's ready, Doctor. Scientist. But being beyond the portal, we have no control over it. So now this is even more mind-boggling, because now Alan Wake is writing about a Federal Bureau of Night Springs, almost as if he's writing the FBC into existence. Or once again, is this Thomas Zane writing that knows about the FBC? Is he writing them into existence through Alan Wake? But this is like such a far-off stretch. It almost seems like Thomas Zane has been writing about Alan Wake's life for a long, long time. From the Clicker, to his time at Night Springs, to the FBC. Like, all this works of art just all influence reality. It's crazy. How did Alan Wake or Zane know that the FBC was gonna buy Night Springs up years later? It's like it's all like blending into one. Everything's being pulled into one thing. It's crazy. Talking about directors and everything. It's pretty crazy to read stuff like this. Okay, let's keep going. This is all nothing, more power stuff. Power things. Can I get up here? Yes, I can. Can't get up there though. Alright. The last place. Let's see if there's anything over here. Nope. Let's go downstairs.
Arcade machines. SHÜM.
SHÜM.
Whatever.
It's a fun thing. This is an altered item. Or is it an object of power? I forget. It might be, SHÜM. Find and interact with the altered... Oh, it's an altered item. Okay, we'll get to this in a second. Let's take a little break.